Welcome back to Mac Talks of Football, and it's match day 3 in the Premier League. Already, a great start to the Premier League. All the three relegation, promoted teams have won the game. Manchester United are still shit. West Ham are still shit, and it is looking really exciting. All the top teams are winning, so it is going to be another exciting weekend. So let's go ahead and make our prediction. The first game, it is a Chelsea versus a Fulham. It's the third straight London derby for Chelsea. At the start of the season, they played Crystal Palace, they played West Ham, and now they are playing Fulham at Stamford Bridge. I think it will be quite an interesting game for Chelsea. I mean, they were really good against West Ham last weekend. They destroyed West Ham quite comfortably, and I think they are going to have that confidence coming into this game. Playing against the Fulham side, who came back against Manchester United, drawing that game in the end. Emil Smith Rowe scoring that goal. It ended 1-0. So they are going to have that confidence as well. I think it will be a very entertaining game. It's a derby. You are going to have that, a feisty affair in this as well. But I think Chelsea have too much in their squad, and being the home side as well, I think they're going to go over the line quite comfortably. And unfortunately for them, I think they are going to lose this one. I'm going for a comfortable 3-1 win for Chelsea. Moving on, it's Wolves versus the Everton. Now, Wolves have not looked that good. They've lost both of their games till now, and it's not looking really good for them. They are playing against an Everton side who are starting to look really good. They have lost a game as well, but I think under David Moyes, they are going to be a really good team this year, and I think these are the type of games that Everton are going to win. I'm expecting a very tough game, but I think the away side are going to come back with a win here. I think it will be a very highly contested game, but I'm going for a 2-1 win for Everton. Moving on, it's Tottenham versus Bournemouth. Tottenham have won both of their games till now. At the start of the season, they had a great start to the season for Spurs, and they have now brought in Javi Simmons. So the stadium and the atmosphere is going to be really good for the game. They are going to be really excited for it. They are playing against a Bournemouth side, who won last weekend against Wolves, but they have lost their first game. So it is a different type of Bournemouth. You don't really know what you can get, if I'm being very honest with you, in this game. But I expect it's going to be an entertaining game, but I think Spurs are going to have too much in their locker and they're going to get over the line. I don't think it's going to be easy for Spurs, despite the atmosphere, despite everybody being excited and playing good football under Thomas Frank. I think it's going to be a very tough game, but I think in the end they are going to nick it. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Tottenham Hotspur. Then it's Manchester United versus Burnley. Now, where do I start with this one? To be very honest with you, Manchester United are all over the place. If I'm being very honest, I mean, what has happened to them? Losing to Arsenal, drawing to Fulham. The things with Grimsby Town. I mean, it is a disaster at the moment at Manchester United, and they are welcoming a promoted side in Burnley, who won last weekend. So they are going to come in this game, with a confidence, and they're going to see and they're going to look what Grimsby Town did to Manchester United, and they're going to have a pop at Manchester United. And I think it is going to be another bad day at the office for Manchester United. If I'm being very honest with you, I think it will be a very hard game for them. I somehow think some way they are going to win it, but it's not going to be easy. I think it is going to be a lot of pressure for United and the players and the manager, of course, who I think has basically given up. Burnley are going to give it their all, and as I say, they are going to make sure that United do everything in their power to win this game. They're not going to make it easy for them. I'm going for a very hard fought 1-0 win for Manchester United. Up next, it's a Sunderland versus a Brentford. Now, this is another very interesting game, and I think this could turn out to be a very entertaining game. Sunderland back at the Stadium of Light. They won their opening fixture against West Ham. They lost last weekend to Burnley. Now they are playing against Brentford. Brentford, I have said they are going to struggle this season, and you can see the performances in the first two games. They have not been, really good, to be very honest with you. And I think going away to Stadium of Light, it is going to be a very tough game. And I think, Sunderland are going to get another win here. I said in my prediction video early on as well, when I did the season prediction, that if Sunderland are going to stay up, which I think they are going to do, the games at Stadium of Light are going to be very crucial, and this is yet another one of those games that they have to win. I think they are going to win it. I think Brentford are going to struggle in this game. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Sunderland. Then you have a Leeds United versus a Newcastle United. On paper, Newcastle United should win this game comfortably, but it's a tricky one. I'll be very honest with you. This is one of those games where Leeds I can really shock Newcastle United. Newcastle have not had a really good start. A draw and a defeat till in the first two games. Leeds, on the other hand, they have won a game already, so at the moment they are better than Newcastle, and I think it's going to be a very tough game for Newcastle. I'm saying right now, I would not be surprised, if Leeds United end up winning this game. But despite saying all of this, I think it will be a tough game. I don't want to give Newcastle the win because I'm not really confident in giving Newcastle a win because I don't think they are going to win. I'm more positive towards Leeds. I have more confidence in Leeds winning this game, but I'm going to stay on the fence in this one. I'm expecting goals in this one, but I'm not expecting a result. I'm going for a 2-all draw between Leeds United and Newcastle United. Then moving to Sunday's games, it's a Brighton versus Manchester City. Two teams that both lost last weekend, and both of them lost quite comfortably. Everton defeating Brighton, and Spurs getting the better of Manchester City. So both of them would want to want to have a response on last week's defeat. Brighton have not had a good start to the season. Just a single point for the first two games. City won their opening day fixture, and that was a tough game for them. They had to work really hard for that win as well, and ended up losing at Spurs as well. So Pep Guardiola is already under a lot of pressure. I say this in my prediction video that top four, the Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, and City, every single point is gonna matter. So if you are already 3 points behind Arsenal and Liverpool, the pressure is on you. And the fact that Arsenal and Liverpool are going to play later on, so it is a big opportunity for Manchester City to get closer to at least one of them. But I think it will be a very tough game for them. Brighton being at home, and even though the start of the season has not been good, they are going to be really up for it. It's a huge game for them as well. Just before the international break, they would want to go on a high. I'm expecting goals, and just like the previous game, I don't think we are going to get a winner in here. I'm going for a very entertaining 1-all draw between Brighton and Manchester City. Then it's Nottingham Forest versus West Ham United, and I mean the scenarios and the situations at both of the clubs could not be more different than they are at the moment, to be very honest with you. Nottingham Forest in Europe signing players left, right and center, playing really good football. West Ham United on the other hand in a terrible form. Their manager is the bookie's favorite to get the sack. That has changed after the Grimsby Town game for Manchester United, but I still think Potter is in a huge trouble. 2 games, 2 defeats, and West Ham United have looked atrocious, to be very honest with you. And this game, I think it's going to be another poor day out for the Hammers. I don't see them winning. I don't see them getting anything out of this game. And the way that Nottingham Forest are playing, I think it's going to be an easy win for them. I'm going for a very comfortable 3-0 win for Nottingham Forest. Then it's the big one, the biggest game of the weekend in Europe. It's Liverpool versus Arsenal last season's first and second. I mean, this game could go either way, if I'm being very honest with you. But I will say this, and I'm gonna say it with chest. This is the first time in the 5-6 seasons where I personally think Arsenal are favorite. Like, I'm really confident going into this game. Even last year or the year before, I would have said, I thought that we could win, but there was a bit of fear, that there was anxiety and all of that. But this time, I just feel, we are much better than them. The first 2 games that we have played, I think they have played good football, but their defense is quite shaky. Their midfield is still struggling a bit. Their attack is phenomenal. Watts has not really stepped up to it till now, and I think Liverpool are going to struggle in this game. They are going to be at Anfield, so that's an added advantage to them. But I think Arsenal are going to win it, and I think they are going to win it quite comfortably as well, if I'm being very honest with you. I think Liverpool might end up scoring, but I think it is just going to be a consolation goal. I'm going for a 3-1 win for the Arsenal. And we finish a match day 3 with Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace. Now Villa have not had a good start. It's just 2 games, but a draw and a defeat in the first 2 games is not really that good. Palace on the other hand have had 2 draws, so it's not like that's going to be that much of a difference between these 2 teams. But I think this is one of those games that Unai Emery is going to look at, and he knows that he needs to win to get some sort of excitement back to the fans just before the international break, going into the international break on a high. And I think they are going to be able to do it at Villa Park as well. Palace, I think Glasner is a really good manager. Again, I think it's going to be a tough game, but I think Unai Emery is going to have some sort of trick up his sleeves that is going to get Villa over the line. I'm expecting goals in this game. I think it's going to be very, very entertaining, but I think Villa are going to nick it in the end. I'm going for a 3-2 win for Aston Villa. And that's it. These are my predictions for match day 3 of the Premier League. Let me know what you guys think of my predictions in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 550 subscribers as quickly as possible. That is the goal. About 25 subscribers remaining. So please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time. Bye bye.